On this episode of Designing Spaces, inside some of the coolest cabins and tiny homes you can use for your vacation home or as your main abode, we take a deep dive into the foundation repair business and get a better understanding of why homeowners and businesses in Texas need to pay special attention to the ground beneath their feet. We meet a hard-charging design team that believes in restoring old and historic homes instead of tearing them down. Plus, the story of how one company has become a dominant force in the commercial landscaping industry, and information about the latest trends and technology underpinning the energy industry, and much more. With nearly 30 years of experience, Leland's Cabins has a long track record of building incredible structures that help their clients better enjoy the great outdoors and look at life a little differently. From cabins to tiny homes, this Texas-based business has boomed in recent years.
Leland's Cabins is a modular home builder, and we build cabins in our factory here in Grandview and send them out to all over Texas and neighboring states. We make cabins as small as 12 by 18 for a little studio or an in-law suite in your backyard, all the way up to 4-bedroom houses with porches and decks. The two main environmental benefits, I'm sure you've been to a home building site and seen the debris and trash and 15 trucks, so you can kind of imagine the difference of efficiency of building on site, how we treat our waste, the limitation of waste. As Leland's Cabins, we actually purchase and plant trees to replace all the trees that we use in our cabin to do our best to be kind of carbon neutral.
People love the things that Leland's builds.
With Leland's, it's all about you, the customer. So at the end of the day, we want you to be sitting in your cabin and saying, wow, this is my cabin. And that puts a smile on us. It's not a cookie cutter experience here. Our build is even different, so it's not something that actually works for everyone. We're not gonna build on a chassis. These are all built on a skid system. So once it's on your property, it's considered a pier and beam home. It's not a glorified RV. Having a prefabricated home is very important. If you're looking at site-built versus prefabricated, your build time with us and other companies that also do prefab homes is going to be anywhere between 14 to 18 weeks. When you're looking at site-built, it could be 6 to 12 months right now. And then most of the places where customers are wanting to put this, they have their remote pieces of property. They want to move out of the cities and have their own space. And so finding a contractor that's going to drive out there and keep crews on can be very challenging and very expensive. So with prefab structures, whether it's our company or another company, you're saving both on your build time, the overall carbon footprint that we have, and also with the price.
What are some important basics to know if you have an interest in having your own cabin, lodge, or tiny home?
Definitely think about the property itself. So with the property, especially in Texas, there can be restrictions on your property. So doing just a little bit of research to see what actually can go on your property can save you from going, 2 months into this project where it could be a dead end. And looking at the different options, space matters. Whenever you're downsizing or trying to create that vacation retreat for your family, every inch of space in your cabin is going to matter. And so we will help design that, and we have options here to really help you utilize that space to make it perfect.
People need a place to belong, and being a builder, I just love this idea of building a place where people can belong. We do call them cabins. They really are living spaces, and to really build that warmth and that place to belong, the place for family experiences, friend experiences, where kind of that experience happens in the cabin. When you're putting the walls on, when you're finishing the walls, when you're installing the cabinets, when you're putting the flooring down, when you're putting that last little piece of trim on, and putting those finishing touches on, to realize, somebody's gonna sit on that sofa and they're gonna look at this spot in the wall, and they're going to think about a craftsman and a builder. What are they going to be thinking, right? And so my vision is to give them an experience where the cabin would just kind of stay out of their way and give them the experience and the warmth that they were looking for.
When we hand them the keychain and say, you know, welcome home, and walk them through, whether it's a business or a person. We're kind of in it with them. We're part of the family at that point. Kind of gain some of their excitement on our side as well.
To find out more about Leland's Cabins, visit lelandscabins.com and designingspaces.tv. Sick of staring at that crack in the wall or that door that keeps sticking? Well, it may not be as easy as plastering over the crack or sanding down the door. As many have found out, these common domestic annoyances can actually be a sign that your home's foundation has a problem that may need to be repaired. That's where GL Hunt comes in.
GL Hunt is a structural repair company. We really specialize in not only the inspection process of the home and dealing with the current position that the home is in, but also identifying why the home is in that position to begin with. The most common things that we experience start really with sheetrock cracks. You can have a vertical or a horizontal or even a diagonal sheetrock crack inside the home. Another real common thing are doors not working properly. There are also cracks in the brick, expansions that have opened up around windows and doors on the outside. So if you pay attention to, that weather pattern, you look at, historical data, you can see a trend in where the seasons were more drastic, where that change was more drastic. That will directly drive the structure's movement and the business.
GL Hunt has been serving the state of Texas since 1987. And that record of great service has earned them some big fans.
Came out when they're supposed to and they finished it in one day. That's the process.
When you buy a home, it is your biggest asset. When there is foundation repair, it's extremely important to get it done as quickly as possible. Our approach is a little different in the sense that we have stages that we walk a customer through. Going through foundation repair is very scary for a lot of customers simply because they don't understand. They know something is happening to their home and they're not sure what is happening, how much it's going to cost them to fix it, and they're feeling a lot of fear and anxiety. So when you call us, we kind of put that at ease.
So what are some things to know if you suspect that your foundation may be damaged?
While we're on the property, we're doing a comprehensive inspection. I want to first understand what the customer's concerns are. I'm going to speak with them. I want them to show me what they're talking about, and then I can qualify that. No, this isn't a concern, and here's why, or yes, it is. Let me investigate more. I'm going to expect a certain thing to be present. For example, if it's raining outside, I'm going to be looking for standing water. I'm going to be looking for those signs where water's not going into a gutter or it's overflowing the gutter because they're clogged.
I am so proud of this team because we were going through some pretty unprecedented times in this world, and it's kind of scary for a lot of people, but my team showed up every day with a smile on their face because they didn't want even one customer not to be answered. Any company can do what we do, but not every company cares about the customers that they work for. We know that our customers are the reason why we're here, and that's why I think it sets us apart.
I like to solve problems, and every single day it's a different problem. There's a different customer that I get to meet. I get to get a window into their life, of their personal experiences, their problems that they're going through, and tailor our repair and manage their expectation based on their specific situation. We look at this as almost a marriage, if you will. Whether this owner that currently owns the home keeps this home or not, GL Hunt is married to that property. So we want to educate the current homeowner. We want to educate the new homeowner coming in to purchase it. We want to inform them on things that are relevant for their specific circumstance so that what we're doing, whether we're actually installing piers or not, can be successful.
To find out more about GL Hunt, visit glhunt.com and designingspaces.tv. For TamFam, residential remodel and historic restoration isn't just a business. It's a passion that you can tell runs deep.
I love historic remodel and residential remodel because it's a much greener process, so we're able to salvage and reuse. In a historic home, generally speaking, that was a craft, so the materials are actually better than modern day. with a little bit of TLC, we can make them just as airtight, just as lovely as any of the newer products.
As the founder of Steel Toe Stiletto LLC, Pham has built a vibrant design build business that is growing leaps and bounds each year. And there's a reason why clients have been turning to her to help with their challenging home renovation projects.
Tam's a very unique contractor, and one that she's a woman contractor in a field with a lot of men, and also that she really works very closely with her clients to really understand them and how they live and work that into the renovation and restoration of these historic homes. She's able to take these homes, which are pretty much unlivable, and really make them livable for modern use. We work very hard at Preservation Dallas to make sure that the historic things are still around, because that's really the story of our city. Not everybody has to live in a new house. They can live in a 1917 Craftsman or a 1950s mid-century modern.
The difference between a design builder and a general contractor in the traditional sense is that a design builder will take the project from concept to completion. And that's what I do, and that's what I bring to the table, is come in and evaluate the space for its highest and best use based on what the client would like to see in their home.
As an investor and preservationist, Pham and her team at Steel Toe Stiletto deeply believe in the power of development through preservation and residential remodeling. That means designing for modern lifestyles while maintaining historic authenticity and timelessness in all facets.
It is a balance because it is their home. There are rules that we have to consider from the exterior of the home, but I do my best to explain why and letting the client decide what's important to them.
She took space out of the playroom upstairs and added just a wall and created a laundry room by adding a wall within the playroom that now looks like it's always been there. If you're looking to renovate your current home, you want to know that you're going to be able to make money on the other side. You want to do it in a smart way. So put your money into your kitchen, into your bathrooms.
I'm one of the homeowners, of course, with my husband, Scott. We are in our newly remodeled home, which Tam helped us do all the design and contract work on.
In our current market, everyone thinks, oh, we'll just put it on the market and it'll sell, and that's not really true. You have to have something somebody wants. And it begins again with the curb appeal. Do nice updates. Don't do the flip jobs or, you know, the cheap stuff. It's more than just paint.
I think it's an important factor for people to feel comfortable with their contractor. I really feel like it's my energy and drive that pushes that. And it's important for clients to know that I can be easygoing, but at the end of the day, the drive to get the work done is critical.
To find out more about Steel Toe Stiletto, visit steeltoestilettollc.com and designingspaces.tv. How does a family-run landscaping business generate over $30 million in annual revenue? With hard work, sharp clippers, and a fierce dedication to client success. That's how.
Earthworks is a family, most importantly. We're a commercial landscape management company. We provide services, everything from ongoing maintenance activities like mowing, weed control, fertilization, things like that, all the way to tree trimming, outdoor kitchens, outdoor living areas, basically anything outside we do. But more importantly, we're a family first. Our clients are made up of primarily large commercial clients. Our primary segment is multifamily residential, also known as apartment complexes. We also do a lot of work for local municipalities. We do some large industrial manufacturing type work as well. Anything outdoors is right up our alley.
Earthworks, Inc. employs over 400 people, and they serve clients all over the state of Texas.
I think we're the best at customer service. We're really able to do that by listening to our clients and their needs, and by making sure that any relationships that we do have are mutually beneficial. Everybody thinks that their staff and their team is the best. All I can say about ours is that I'm excited to get up every day and go to work with them, and I can't imagine another team that I would want to go to war with every single day to try to make the world a better place and make our clients' worlds and the people around us a better place. Value, service, and integrity. Value, we want to make sure, like I mentioned, the mutually beneficial relationships, we want to make sure that those work together and everybody's winning in the business relationship. You know, the service goes back to the customer service. Anybody can pick up a lawnmower and a rake and get started in this industry. It's building those relationships and being there and listening to your clients is what really sets the best in this industry apart. The one thing I know is that this company is always going to put their best foot forward and do the best for their clients, as well as make sure we like to give back to the community and local charities around us.
I just think really that consultative process where we communicate a lot with our customers, I think it really comes down to communication. And when you really look into what their needs are and you expose, hey, that's going to cause this problem or that problem, and really look at things in the big picture situation, you know, it helps the customers make decisions and actually expand what they're doing when you explain to them, you know, the whole big picture operation.
Earthworks sets themselves apart from other landscaping firms with their dedication to their client success. That mentality is why they continue to grow like a well-kept lawn.
I cover 100 properties across multiple states. So my goal was to find a partner, literally a partner that I could trust, rely on, and Chris and his team have been so honest and on many occasions to a fault in their pocket. And I would say they do the right thing for the right reason. The right reason isn't always about, you know, trying to make a buck. They know that it's a progressive, long-term relationship, and they want to foster that by doing the right thing for the right reason.
At the end of the day, when a client is happy with our work, it makes our team and our guys feel good, but we also get to go to bed at the end of the night knowing that we made the work environment and living space for people in our community better. When it comes down to it, we're going to listen to our family, those vendors, those clients, those employees, before we're going to listen to a spreadsheet or financials. You know, we always like to try to keep that family-oriented culture front of mind.
As we've grown, in addition to creating opportunities for others, we've also been able to give back to our community a lot. By building this company or building this business, we're able to do so many things that I could never do by myself. Whether it's teaching, whether it's helping, whether it's investing in the community, none of those things would be possible if we weren't doing the day-to-day hard work. But that's what really makes it worthwhile at the end.
To find out more about Earthworks Inc., visit earth.works and designingspaces.tv. The world has been making the move towards greener energy efficiency. With hundreds of ways to save energy in your home, it's important to know the facts.
In my home, whenever my husband and I started talking about how can we be more environmentally conscious, we looked at everything from solar to radiant barrier to new windows. A great idea, exorbitantly expensive, and wasn't right for our budget at the time. And the largest output of carbon emissions is with electricity generation, far more than what you would think like transportation or some industry like that. And so I wanted to do my part to be able to lower my carbon footprint that I was personally responsible for.
If you're looking for a way to conserve energy, Peak Energy Technology has the solutions you need for your home or even your business.
My husband had been researching this technology that had been around for a long time but had never really been adapted for the home. And that's how Peak Energy Savers were born. And so by using Peak Energy Saver in our home, for every 1,000 kilowatt hours that we saved, it was like planting 16 trees.
When I understood what it was about, I just thought this is a no-brainer. We've got to get one ourselves.
It's Peak Energy's technology that takes your home and converts it to a well-oiled, energy-saving machine.
So the Peak Energy Saver is a little box that you mount right next to your circuit breaker panel. It gets wired directly into a dedicated circuit breaker. By putting it into its own circuit breaker, it actually works with everything in the entire house or in the entire business. So that's how we get it to share and play well with all the equipment that's in there. When we turn on the power, we'll put on an amp meter. It will show that we're pulling about almost 7 amps from the power company. And then we'll put that amp meter on the motor and we'll see that it's also using 7 amps at the meter. Then we'll have a switch that we turn on for the Peak Energy Saver to show what that would look like if you had a Peak Energy Saver on it. We'll look at the motor and you'll see that the motor is still pulling the same 7 amps. It hasn't changed. And then when you look at for the clamp on the wire for the coming from the power company, you'll see that it will drop to less than 3 amps. So we're pulling 3 amps from the power company, but we're giving the motor 7. And so where did the rest of it come from? It comes from the peak energy saver because it's capturing and recycling, reusing that electricity.
Businesses and industries are always looking for new ways to become environmentally conscious and save money. Now it's time to take their proven methods to homeowners in your community.
This technology was developed over 100 years ago when the power companies barely had enough ability to generate the power to run the homes and the businesses at the time. And they used that to keep from having brownouts. And the way that they would do this in these large factories is they would put one of these on each and every motor in the factory. For homes, that's not really practical. We sorted out that you could put this in on a dedicated breaker and shared across everything, so now you only need one per home.
For more information, visit their website at peakenergytech.com or designingspaces.tv. Improving the look of your home can often have numerous benefits. Ironworks in the form of railings, banisters, doors, windows, and even stairs can add tremendous security, safety, and style. Founded by Rosa Klinghoffer, San Miguel Ironworks has been beautifying and upgrading homes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for 15 years.
I started this company about 15 years ago. At the time, I was a single mom. I needed something that would give me some independence, at the same time, something that I was passionate about. So I had experience with ironwork, and so I wanted to tap into that talent and creativity. Working with individuals, creating their dream entrance or staircase or any iron element was my thing. Our products are locally manufactured. We're a boutique company here in Dallas, Texas. We actually cater to attention to detail. We don't mass produce things, but we actually work hand in hand with the client to provide the best service possible. We offer a variety of iron products, starting from front doors, staircases, ornamental iron, modern, transitional. We actually work with sliding doors. We do low-profile doors, driveway gates, and lighting as well.
Rosa is my wife, and I am a builder. The ironworks are an important part of the home. In fact, a lot of people refer to it as the jewelry of the home. And when I saw the work that she did on several houses before I started using her, I was amazed. Her work was beautiful. She does classical, traditional, transitional, contemporary, and we've done all those kinds of homes. So she was a perfect fit for us.
I'm a designer. I bought a house and I asked her to come and do my doors, front and back doors. And they are incredible. They are so gorgeous. Front to back, you can see through the house because of these gorgeous doors.
Most of our doors are constructed with a 14 to 16 gauge metal. They come with their own jamb, pre-hung. We use insulated double pane tempered glass, which helps for energy transfer. We provide an adjustable threshold that is aluminum, and it's pretty much heavy duty.
The commitment to ultimate customer satisfaction extends far beyond just offering high-quality products. San Miguel Ironworks takes special pride in meeting the specific needs of elderly clients.
We also work with a very special group of people, our elderly. A lot of times they reach out to us because they want some kind of railing up the front steps. I can relate to that because I have a 90-year-old mom that has certain mobility issues, and as you get older, it gets tougher to navigate through these kinds of spaces. So creating an iron handrail will give them the security and safety that they need to be able to navigate through a particular area.
To learn more about San Miguel Ironworks, visit sanmiguelironworks.com and designingspaces.tv. We tend to think of glass as simple, fragile, and even plain. But through the art of glass blowing, it is crafted into versatile, durable, beautiful pieces of art, each unique in their own way.
So glass is a captivating and extraordinary material, and I think a lot of that comes from the process in creating it.
Carlin Ray opened a glass art studio to share her love and passion for glass with the world.
We really like to share the creation, to share this magic and the joy that comes not only from making it, but from viewing a piece that is made for you, is made for the space.
The wide versatility of glass allows Carlin and her team of specialists to create artwork that can transform any space.
So really my signature pieces are the weavings, and I love creating them. I love the organic order to all of the strands that are woven together with different metal wire. So ribbon's actually kind of derived from the weavings, individual glass pieces, but these are bigger, longer, and more dramatic, and they can really scale a wall. And what makes them really beautiful is one, the big pop of color, but it's also the shadows that they create on the wall. They become very magical.
Carlin invites clients to participate in all phases of creating the artwork, from conception to completion. This hands-on approach ensures every piece of art is unique and treasured.
We really focus on sharing our passion, the creative process, and the uniqueness of glass with our clients. Whenever it's possible that we can actually share the actual glass blowing. And I love hearing stories where someone walks in, a friend walks in, and a little kid will grab them by the hand and say, I made that piece. And then they tell the whole story of how it's made. Every piece has a story.
My designer and I were trying to figure out the space, which is this big one open room, to get lighting over the island, to coordinate with the breakfast nook, and we were having a really difficult time finding the right lighting pieces. And we were speaking with our architect, who said, oh my gosh, you have to go down and meet Carlin Ray, and walked into her studio and I was immediately drawn to her work. So we wanted something for the study, which is facing the street. It's the only room that really shows in the house from the street. Over the fireplace, a very spectacular piece that would light up and you would see from the street. She had our family all come in, including my parents, who are 93 and 88. We all pulled different pieces of glass that were then incorporated into this amazing weave piece that hangs over the fireplace, and from the street at night lit, it's stunning.
If you'd like to connect with the beauty of glass that Carlin Ray creates, please visit her website at carlinraydesigns.com or view this segment again on designingspaces.tv. For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, or to be a part of the show, go to our website, designingspaces.tv.